Well, hello once again, boys and girls. I know it has been a long time, but I am back with a new Yokoi Kids Game of the Month game review for September 2024, and what a game it is with the Game Boy version of Parodius. Now, this is actually not my first experience with the Parodius series, as some almost 4 years ago I played the SNES version for the channel, which you can click on the link in the corner for that one. Now, the two biggest things I remember from my time having played that game is how difficult the game was, and just how batshit insane it was as a whole. And while dumbed down a bit, the Game Boy version still manages to capture all of that. First off, for those not familiar with the game or the series, Parodius is a series of games that parody Gradius and other 2D shoot-em-ups of that nature, where you can even select ships from other Konami games, such as the mentioned Gradius or Twin B, with each one having their own variety of power-ups dropped by enemies, such as being able to move faster, fire more bullets, or being able to fire additional shots towards the top and bottom of the screen, as well as the occasional bells being dropped, which can be picked up for more points, or some other kind of effect such as clearing the screen, or temporary invincibility at the cost of being able to fire. While this version may seem easier than its counterpart on the SNES, and in fact it did seem that way at first, as I didn't die once in the first two levels, I can assure you it's anything but. The entire time, Parodius for me is a stress-inducing, nail-biting experience, and although the slower speed of the ship does help in making it through some tight areas, it also makes it harder in dodging enemies and projectiles, which can come from literally any angle. Even more so in the later stages, and you will not have one moment in which you can breathe. It also doesn't help that you blow up in one hit, but you are allowed to continue from the last checkpoint you reached, which is both a blessing and a curse in this case, as you may end up having to continue right before a tight spot or a powerful boss. And without your power-ups, it can be a spot that you may end up finding yourself stuck in for a while, such as when I was fighting against a giant ship that fired an endless stream of enemies and bullets, and trying to get past it with just basic firepower was a daunting challenge indeed. Now, I can't go this far without mentioning the music and how good it sounds, even on the Game Boy. And while many sections have that same kind of action music for 2D shooters of the time, some sections and even boss battles ramp it up with a variety of chaotic classical songs, such as The Flight of the Bumblebee. I'm afraid I don't know much in the way of classic music, so I'm not able to tell you the names of the other tracks throughout. The one thing I can tell you though, anytime the music changed to one of these tracks, it already took what was an intense game and made it even more stressful, raising my anxiety every single time, knowing that the difficulty in those sections was going to ramp up significantly, even more so if I had died and been left without any additional power-ups to get me through. And that brings me to one of my last points that ties into the music with how there really is no level break. As with every time you defeat one of the bosses, both the music and background transition into the next level with absolutely no pause in between, and no real indication of just how close you are to the end of the game. That is, until you're inside of the enemy base and face off against their leader, a giant octopus held in place by hooks, which may seem completely random, but if you've been paying attention so far, that has been pretty much the entire game with both level design and the bosses you face, such as a pirate penguin or a patriotic eagle. A completely random and insane love letter to the Gradius series, although short, does provide a challenge and plenty of entertainment that will make you want to keep playing. Though that has been it for my review of Parodius, a very delightful, if not somewhat frustrating game, and despite the struggle, I certainly enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed my review on it, then make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, go check out all of my other past Game of the Month game reviews, as well as Yokoi Kids, the club which provides a new Game Boy game to check out every single month, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.